know Kevin, he said he's not getting much sleep, but let me ask you, you dream?
Man, I dream like a, you know what?
I'm a dreaming machine, dude. I've been dreaming about snakes lately, and I looked it up what it means. No, these snakes are all around me, and I'm in this water, and there are tons everywhere, and I'm freaking out. That means you're about to get some money coming in.
Is that right?
That's right. That's the one I read, and I choose to believe that one. I don't know if there's something bad about it. I don't want to hear about it. But dreams are awesome, bro. Do you remember your dreams?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a reoccurring dream though, man. It's like I worked in television a long time ago, and it's like I stopped showing up for work for some reason. I've got to go back, and they're going to go, "Where have you been, man?" It's been 15 years. We've been waiting on you.
So you're going. You got to go back to work. That's what you said.
Yeah, it's like this fear, like, oh my gosh,
I got to get to work.
Yeah.
What about you, Kevin? You say you don't dream now because you don't sleep.
I don't sleep anymore. When I did sleep, I had a recurring one though. I mean, this still happens every once in a while. It's really weird that I forgot to do something for a class, like in college. Like didn't take an exam or didn't study, something, didn't get a project done. Yeah.
So you need to look that up.
It's got to mean something.
Need to do. We need to have a dream person on and start telling about our dreams because, dude, I have some trippy dreams. I
bet you do.
Oh man, I do. What you trying to say? What you talking about? Hey, I have this reoccurring dream. I can fly by myself. Like I can fly in my dream. Can you fly? Have you ever flown?
Yeah, I've flown in my dreams.
I'm talking about with the plane or anything.
Yeah.
Well, you do dress up as Superman, so
that's supposed to be private, bro. Me and Captain Fantastic over here. No, but Coach Weiner, my 7th grade football coach, taught me how to fly.
Wow.
Yeah, in my dream, and I've been able to fly ever since. And I have it. I have a dream all the time. Also, when I have bad, like if we're speaking, sometimes I have this recurring dream right before we speak, and I get up on stage and I'm naked. I get up on stage or I'm late, and then I can't talk. But it's awesome. And when I have the failure dream that I'm about to do something the night before, because when I was younger, I'd get up. My parents would say 7th grade, elementary school, playing little league football, junior high, high school. My dad would say, "Did you win last night?" And because not every night, a lot of times before we played the night before, I was like, calling cadence, get him right back through cover 2, blue 42. I would call him play, screaming and yelling my whole dream. My dad would say, I don't know how you got any sleep because you were playing all night. But I had this reoccurring dream that I was late and we didn't go to the field house. We weren't in the locker room. I had to get dressed at home for some reason. Then I get in my truck, brakes don't work. And I start running. I get my gear, put everything on, cleats and everything, and I'm clomping around all the way. You're never supposed to run on the concrete with your cleats. You know that, right? Dad told that when you were little. Well, I'm running up to the stadium. I get there right before kickoff, and we're kicking off, and I'm on kickoff, and I start running on the field, and I have my helmet, I got my cleats, and I look down, and I ain't wearing anything but my jock. And I'm like, but every time I have those nightmares and those dreams, I perform very well. So I like it when I can't talk or, Captain Fantastic shows up in his whitey tighties and I got to go run interference for you. Oh, that really happened. Hang on.
We've had several inquiries here as we've been talking about this where some of our female fans are saying, please let me know where Michael's going to be jock only. Austin,
Jock
Texas.
only.
Let's see. I think he's going to be there in Austin, Texas.
When we do the jock
only tour.
The jock only tour, yeah. You said it before I could. That's true, man. That's funny. So I love dreams. I love dreaming. I like that all the way, man. Any kind. And that's why it's so important to take action, man, on whatever you do.
You know what it reminds me of? We're having some fun with it, but sometimes our dreams are embedded inside of regret, right?
That's a lot of them are probably.
Yeah, we're like, oh my gosh, I hadn't shown up for work, or and fear. But that's the theme of what we're going to talk about today, right? Is if not now, when? Powerful, right? If not now, when?
We've talked about a little bit about this, and I hope that we haven't talked about. We said we're going to talk about this. We haven't rehearsed or talked about what we're going to talk about, but I hope that you talk about how that came about. But that is when you really step back, that is a powerful statement, if not now, when. Yeah. So many things are going to get done tomorrow. I'm going to get done tomorrow. Well, here's the reality of it is you can't control tomorrow, and you may not even have it.
Yeah, we did an event 4 or 5 weeks ago, and that was one of the reoccurring themes, if not now, when. And I think you were telling me somebody reached out to you yesterday. It's like every day since then, all I can think about is if not now, when. Right?
Yep.
So it really resonates. The origin of that is from a great song and entertainer So if you look back in time, right, you may not have been alive when this great artist was doing his thing, but you should be familiar, and if not, go Google it, right? Sammy Davis Jr., he was phenomenal, right? He came out of the vaudeville days. He was part of the Rat Pack in the 1950s, extremely talented, did the variety shows, epic, right? Vegas with Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, but he could dance, he could sing, he was a great writer.
Funny.
But it was funny, but there's a guy that I saw in Vegas, it's been a number of years ago, and still he's an international entertainer. His name is Clint Holmes. And he did a little take on Sammy Davis Jr. He could do Mr. Bojangles and all that. He's really, really talented in his own right. But it's his song. Clint Holmes wrote a song, If Not Now, When? And it was designed around just that, man, regret and looking back. And, we talk about that a lot. We talk about our own personal challenges and stuff when we talk about mindset of a champion, Michael. And, the power of the fuel and the power of regret. So, man, if not now, what's your dream? What's your focus? What's that signature moment that God's given you that you have not shared with the world, right, Michael? I know that's just something that resonates close to you, man.
I mean, you said so many good things right there, and I jotted some of them down. Signature moment. And you said that a few times as we've been speaking, and I know you've challenged people to say, what is your signature moment? What is it? Yours is your self-taught card is one of them. And we have multiple. We have more than one, right? But and we get so busy being busy, and and like your little girl pulled on your your pant leg one time and said, "I'm born to win, Dad," or
right.
"Where's my Winnie the Pooh?" You always get them these little trinkets because you weren't there and you had that regret of not being there for them.
That's right.
But let me tell you something: the life that you built by doing that, I just want people to understand. Edwin was traveling and he was building his family. They were designing their life, right? Life by design is what we talk about. That's what Edwin was doing then. But there was a cost of that. He understood what that meant, not being with the family when he wanted to be home. He was traveling, making great number. He's been number one for the last 40 years. I'm exactly.
You're dating me now, but 30.
But he's been intentional about being intentional, and his life by design was he wanted a specific way for him to how he takes care of his family. And that, as his daughters started coming around and getting older, and his youngest he was missing some things. And he said he had a little, and I'm telling your story a little bit here, brother, but if not now, when? Well, you made a decision right then when she was wanting the things that you were feeling guilty, so you would bring back and buy them things. And this happens to a lot of people. And Edwin could sit back right now and have a lot of regret for not being there for some of those things when the kids were real little. But if you think the price of regret sucks. I mean, the price of regret is the worst price I think we could pay for anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Because what you've done, Edwin, is win. What you've done, Edwin, is be able to design a life for your family. And we've talked about your girls, and the proof is in the kids. Because I don't raise my kids to be good kids. I'm raising them to be good adults, right? Edwin has done that.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't have done that, you think that you had regret for doing the things that you did to win, to design your life for your family. You think that was tough? And sometimes we think about, I could have been there for that, couldn't have been there for that. I mean, I have some of that too, for sure I do. I know I've seen regret, I felt it, but more importantly, I know what it looks like. You think that what you did to win was regretful, but if you think that's the cost of not taking action, the cost of regret is way worse than the cost of the pain that you're going through right now to win and build a life for your daughter, because they saw what you did, and a lot of them, in a lot of ways, mimic you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Michael. You're awfully kind, but I think I know it applies to you as well, Kevin E. This is great for you, as a young father, for you and your lovely wife, and for your little daughter, Ellis. But, Oliver Wendell Holmes said this, and I typically say this from the stage everywhere I speak, and he said, the great tragedy of life isn't the sudden loss of life, while tragic. It is that most of us go to our grave with our best music still inside us, yet unplayed. Wherever you're hearing this, whatever format you're hearing this, whatever time, I want that to, not to haunt you, but to resonate with you, man, right?
Great way to say it.
We have a lot of fun on these podcasts. We joke around a lot, but this is a serious, I'm looking directly at the camera, looking directly. The eyes are the window to the soul. Look at my eyes, man. I am telling you, if not now, when? Right? Take your shot, right? Michael, you talk about that often. Take your shot, man. And you've been a man that took your shot. Be willing to fail. Be willing to step outside your comfort zone, but embrace those things, man. If not now, when?
we say on this podcast a lot when we start it. This podcast is think about you, think about your life, think about things you need to do. When you're listening to this, think about you. We have a lot of fun because I love hanging out with these guys and doing life with them. It's a lot of fun. And we get to do it, make money with it. That's what's cool about it, man. And we get to impact, more importantly, we get to impact a lot of people. But when you make it about you, when Edwin says, if not now, when, I know a lot of people that listen to this think they're thinking about something specific, whether it be in their spiritual journey, their physical journey, their family, their career. You're thinking about something for you. If not now, when, you have to take action. It's never going to be perfect. You guys, we can't worry about it. We can't worry about who's in office, can't worry about the economy, you can't worry about this. You have to take action. And if not now, when? Because it can be over in a heartbeat, brother.
Yep, that's right, man.
It can be over in a heartbeat. So my plea to everybody is to, if you need help, ask for it. And if not now, when? Get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. That's where, out of your comfort zone is where the magic happens, right?
Yeah, people binge Netflix. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, man. But you should binge our podcast, right? You should become a member of our Mindset of a Champion community, and you can do that for $7 a month, right? There's an opportunity for you to do that. And what happens is all of these things stack up together. So as we're weaving funnies in and having some fun with it, there's embedded wisdom that applies to you. We want you to encourage you to go back. Hey, binge our podcast, right? Kevin E., where can you find our podcast, brother?
Anywhere that you consume podcasts. So Spotify, iTunes, and definitely check us out on YouTube as well.
Yeah, and how would you find us, man? What would you do?
You would just search Inside Edge or Inside Edge with Michael Ray Newman or Michael Ray Newman, and it will pop up.
There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Or KEPX will also pop up.
Yeah.
You can also find it that way.
Yeah. YouTube too, man. We're on YouTube if you want to binge something that way too, man. Pour something in. Put the powerful, the positive into your life, and that's what you're going to get out. What you put in is exactly what you're going to get out, right?
That's exactly right.
Garbage
man.
in, garbage out. Guys, thanks for stopping in today. Make it about you. And on your journey, if you can't think of anything else, and if you're feeling down, go do something nice for somebody else. That's how you'll start feeling better. It's called fake it till you make it sometimes, because people won't always remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel, guys. Appreciate you. Take care of you.
You're making me feel good, man. I like that.
See ya.